Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be discussing the new Psycube that we'll be getting in patch 1.2 called Beyond Wonderland. So things I will be looking at is what this Psycube actually does, is it good on anyone, and is it even worth building? So with that, let's jump right into the video. So before we get into the video, I would greatly appreciate it if you like, follow, and subscribe. And with that, let's jump right into the rest of the video. So the first thing that we're gonna do is discuss what this Psycube actually does, and as we see here, it is a 6-star Psycube that we get free in the new event that's coming out in patch 1.2. And the cover art that we see here is basically a picture of Baby Blue sleeping, which I'm actually a big fan of how the design came out and how it looks personally. So moving on to stats and also amplification, we see that it gives you a big increase in HP and some percentage in attack when you get it to level 60. So the level 5 amplification that it does is after the carrier uses the debuff incantation, the carrier healing rate is increased by 3%. This effect stacks up to 4 times, increased character's critical rate by 20%. So as we see for this light cone, basically when you add a debuff on anyone, it not only makes you heal more, but it also lets you crit more. So this Psycube would be really great for characters who heal as well as does damage. But the only way that they could trigger it is if they're the one debuffing, not if someone else debuffs. So now after seeing what Beyond Wonderland does as a Psycube, we can now see who this Psycube is actually good for. So one person who gets the best value out of this is of course Tooth Fairy, and she's the one that comes out the same time that this Psycube comes out. Main reason being is in one of her skills she debuffs enemies, and she also has another skill that heals people. So this would be really great for her because not only is she healing, she's also providing support for characters, and on top of that she is also doing damage herself. But besides from her, this Psycube is very niche, and it's kind of hard for other characters to use it because it's very specific on what you need to do for the amplification. As we see here, the only way that this healer can actually use the amplification is if they debuff. So if the healer cannot debuff someone, then the rest of the amplification is useless, and all it is a stat stick for them, which if that's all you need is a good stat stick for someone, then I guess you can use it and build it. But I kind of wouldn't recommend doing that unless you have Tooth Fairy and you want to basically use her best in slot. Another character I think you can use it on is Medicine Pocket. I'm not 100% sure if the thing that she adds on to people is considered a debuff, but if it is considered one, then I guess you could also use it on Medicine Pocket, but it's not going to be her best in slot like it is for Tooth Fairy. So moving on to, is it actually worth building? I would suggest yes, it is worth building if you own Tooth Fairy and you want to have her Psycube that is basically specific for her and is her best in slot, then yes, I would suggest you build it. But if you lost your 50-50 on Tooth Fairy, or you just don't end up pulling her or just don't want her, then I would actually suggest you build Inquisitive Deer, which is this one that has Sotheby's face on it. Main reason why I'm saying that is just because that this Psycube is a lot more flexible and is a lot more universal for a lot of the other healers versus the other one, and it's other characters best in slot over Beyond Wonderland. But that's just for right now. Who knows, possibly Beyond Wonderland can end up being a better Psycube for other people, but as of now Inquisitive Deer is just best in slot for other characters. And if you're like me and you bought Inquisitive Deer off the shop and built it for your Sotheby for the poison team, that would be good as well. And if you're free to play and you don't have the battle pass, or if you're not buying anything off the market, then I would suggest just use Inquisitive Deer, seeing as Tooth Fairy can also use this Psycube as well, and it's not just specific for one character, and it can be used on multiple healers. But like I said before, if you do want to have Tooth Fairy's best in slot light cone, Beyond Wonderland is going to be the best one because it's basically tailor-made for her, which can be a good and a bad thing, as we see, seeing as it's very specific for her and mainly her, while the other ones can kind of fit into more of the healers. Me personally, when I do get this Psycube, I do plan on building it because I do plan on pulling for Tooth Fairy, and I think it would be a really good best in slot for her, and I just want to have the max potential I can get from Tooth Fairy, seeing as she will probably be a staple in many of my teams to come, and I'll be very excited to see what I can do with my Tooth Fairy. So with that, please let me know what you think of this Psycube, and do you guys plan on building it, or you plan on just using Inquisitive Deer for a Tooth Fairy and the rest of your healers? I know resources can be hard to come by sometimes, and it might not feel like you are able to build every Psycube that you want / every character that you want, but trust me, over time we will be able to build a lot of the best in slots and buy all the Psycubes off the market and build them up. So with that, thank you for watching this quick video talking about Beyond Wonderland, and I hope to see you guys in my next video.